welcome back to the Bro You Haven't podcast with me, definitely Josh Aitken, the voice man himself, GG Harding, and Adam doesn't leave the house without his blankie Claydon. This week, we are talking about 3 different indie games. One that makes you feel at peace, one that makes you feel like that wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man, and one that makes you throw your controller out the window. So, be prepared for some strong opinions and some wacky antics as we go into our first ever special episode, the Indie Game Book Club. Scoop bap bap da dabbity bap.
Ha 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 ha! Episode 8. You'd think we would get the hang of it, but no.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, mate, you got a drink?
Does 8 mean anything to you guys?
8? What, the number 8?
Yeah, does the number 8 mean anything to you guys?
On its side, it looks like boobies.
It looks like a snowman. A little bit. Which makes me think of the classic movie Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
In which a boy's father dies and his spirit enters the boy's snowman.
That's so sweet. I think.
I think it's his dad. I might be wrong. It might just be a stranger, which is weird.
Doesn't he have some, like, scary, angry faces in that film as well? As in, like, Jack Frost himself.
Is JJ froze? Have I froze?
Oh, Josh is reconnecting.
Is it one of yours or was it me?
It was you.
It was you, man.
The quality you get on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have Wi-Fi and it sometimes works.
Yeah, babies.
The money that has been put into this is exponential.
Free boys, free mics, 3 sets of Wi-Fi, baby.
1 cup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the exciting thing this week, ladies and gentlemen, is that we've moved over to be supported by Acast. That's our big thing this week. We've got a professional website.
I'd love to say that this is something we were offered for free, but in actual fact it's costing us money.
Yep.
So
this podcast is slowly raking our bank accounts, and eventually we're going to be living on the street.
So please, give it a listen.
get on Trading 212, invest in Acast. The numbers are about to go up.
Otherwise, the whole podcast will have to be word of mouth, and we'll have to tell people in the street, and they'll have to go to their friends and families and tell them, like the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way of podcasting.
How people listen to podcasts in the 20s.
Yeah, so people would go and tell their friends would tell their friends would tell their friends, and then they would get it wrong, and it'd be like Chinese whispers, and then we'll get done and cancelled because of something we didn't even say.
Easy.
There was a dude in London, he came up to a group of us with a guitar, right? And we were he came over and we were like, oh my God, I have no change. You know, I'm 22, all I use is a card, and it's got no money on it.
We're musical theatre graduates, we've got no money.
We got no money. And he comes over and he's like, I'm not asking for your money, guys. I'm just asking for a like and a follow on his Instagram. And then he played a little song for us.
Lovely.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was quite sweet. I was like, ah.
And that young boy was Cher. He grew up to be Dean Martin.
Do you believe in life after love?
That's pretty good.
That was very good.
Was it?
So what have we been doing this week, everybody?
This week, not much, really. Been working, and that's about it, really.
You've not been playing anything?
Oh, shit.
You've not been playing anything in particular?
He's been playing with himself.
Yep, infinitely more fun than playing video games.
Wait, I missed that. What's more fun than playing video games?
Wanking.
Your mum, your mother.
Oh, yeah, fair. I mean,
Smut.
but I don't feel like shit. I don't feel like shit after I've played a video game.
Well, unless that game's Halo Reach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I felt like shit at the end of that.
Oh, yeah.
Big statement,
Fair.
man.
I felt like shit at the end of that. That was sad at the end.
Very sad. It's very sad.
That's a different kind of feeling like shit. I'm on about the feeling like shit of, look at the state of you. You're bloody disgusting. Can you believe what you just did?
Yes.
Look at you.
PED.
How do you look anyone in the eye after what you just did?
How do you shake anyone's hand?
That's the difference between me and you, JJ. You feel sad and I feel unbelievable clarity.
You don't, yeah, but you don't feel it after intercourse. It's just like after.
I see the world. I see the world for 30 seconds with complete freedom.
Euphoria. He's in Nirvana for those 30 seconds.
Freedom from the shackles that is testosterone.
Thanks, Angela Carter.
You're welcome.
Should we segue our way onto the theme of the week? JJ, this was your week. You've picked the topic this week, and so what are we actually doing?
This week, we're going a bit more freeform. I was playing Cuphead.
You say that as if we're never freeform.
Oh yeah, we're going even more freeform than usual here, babies.
This is weird because you're saying that, but this is the only week I've done research, so...
On the one where it doesn't matter so much, this is the 1 week you've done research.
You could literally have spoken about anything, and we would just have to say yes because we wouldn't know what you were talking about. So...
So I was playing Cuphead with my friend Dom, and I was like, God, I love indie games. And then I was like, shit, indie games are usually pretty small. One of us could each bring in a different indie game and have a little chat about it. So, this week, we are doing the Bro You Haven't Indie Game Book Club, babies.
Indie Game Book Club.
Indie.
Bro, 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 bro.
Give me the bop, bop, bop.
Bro.
Indie game.
I like an indie game.
Scoop out the indie game. I like to play
Indie games.
So what have we been playing? What have you guys played? Someone go first. I don't
JJ,
wanna
you go first, my friend.
Why am I always first? Okay.
Because it was your idea, that's why.
This week, I have been playing Tequila Works' Rhyme.
Sick.
I don't know it at all, so this is going to be fun.
You don't know it at all?
No.
I have heard of it. I've heard the name, but I can't place an image in my head. I'll probably know what it is when you start talking about it.
Rhyme is a open world. It's basically like a puzzle game, and it's all the puzzles are based off perspective. So let's say there's like a giant.
Yep.
There's a giant door in the distance, but the door itself is just like a blank slot. You can climb to a mountain on the other side of the map, look through a telescope, and line up pieces of the landscape to fit the outline of that door, and then the door will appear. So it's just the use of perspective literally changes the world.
That sounds really fucking trippy.
Yeah,
It is trippy, and I remember when I first played it. Okay, I was going through the first mission. I was like, oh, I'm a little cute Mowgli boy who looks like he's maybe a prince or a chief or something. I don't know. But you wash up on the shore after a storm, and you play through this beautiful first act, and there's a mysterious figure who you chase, but every time you get like near to him, he kind of disappears.
Ah, sneaky bugger. He just keeps
I
going.
know.
That bastard.
I just wanted to talk to you, man. I just want to talk to you.
And there's a sweet little fox. If you like cuteness, this is a good game for you. There's a sweet little fox you follow, and you get to the end of that stage, and there's a big white light at the end of it. And then you get an achievement that names the stage, and it says, Denial. And I was like,
Okay.
huh?
Well, so he's been in denial of his landing on this shipwrecked castaway island.
So that's denial. If I am correct, that's a stage of grief.
It's the first stage of grief.
First stage of grief.
So the person theoretically is chasing.
If you are a person who is not emotionally stable right now, do not play this game.
And that's the end of the podcast, guys. I'll see you next week.
My friend Michelle, who doesn't play a lot of games, she finished Rhyme, and I was like, you're going to cry. And she was just like, I'm not going to cry. There's no speaking in it. She sent me a Snapchat video of herself just in absolute tears, because you find out what the grief is geared towards. But it's a beautiful game. If you've got a Switch, it's a bit expensive on the Switch. This is a point we'll talk about later, but they've made indie games really expensive for the Switch. Have you noticed?
I was having a look on the Switch. In my brain, like I'll talk about this again when I talk about my section, but I'm not a massive like indie game fan. Like a lot of games I play are the AAAs. No, not a fan. No, but I've never been exposed to it before. I've never been exposed to them.
Yeah,
I've always
fair.
just bought the AAA games, the main ones. So when I was looking, and I bought Untitled Goose Game the other day.
Fantastic game. Got that on the
It
Switch.
was like 25 quid. What the fuck? I was like, I'm
Yeah.
just a goose.
I'm just a goose. How much is it for a bloody goose? Actually, I'm pretty sure you could buy a real life goose for less than that.
Should we get on that now? Okay, Joshua,
Yes.
your job right now is to find out how much it costs to buy a goose in your local area. Go, you got 5 seconds.
Okay, hold on.
You can buy a chicken for about 18 quid, like a live chicken.
But no one wants a goose, though, do they? They're vile.
I don't know, man. I quite like geese.
Goose have teeth.
They make good
Dinner.
They make good guard dogs. They do, because they get attached to their owners, but they get detached from everybody else. While Josh is looking up that, I just want to say rhyme.
Found it.
Okay, how much
Oh,
is a
go
goose?
for it.
£28.
28.
£28. There you
Wow.
go.
So for £3 less, ladies and gentlemen, you can buy a video game about a goose. But for £3 more, you can buy a genuine goose.
An actual goose.
An actual goose.
A real life goose.
A real life goose. I got chased by a goose when I was a kid. And they chased us the whole way across a cricket pitch. I had to run into the car. And then they were like snapping at the windows. They were like jumping and
Shit.
snapping. It was terrifying.
Mate. Josh, have you ever been chased by a goose or swan?
I've been chased by a swan, but do you know, swans don't have teeth. You know, I think it's a common misconception. People are like, oh, swans bite you, but they don't bite you, they like nip.
They just nip.
Yeah, I did a volunteer shift at like a...
That's how you prefer it, isn't it, Josh? You prefer that.
A little nip.
Yeah, I prefer a bit of nip.
No, Josh likes little nips, ladies and gentlemen.
Love it when they don't have teeth.
At an animal rescue place, I volunteered for like a shift. Like, there was this swan that was like fucking running away from his man that was like injured, man. And the dude I was working with just went over and just grabbed it by the back of the neck and just fucking picked this thing up, man. Like, underarm, carrying the swan, man. Its fucking neck, just kind of like fucking giraffe and everyone, man. It was wild, man.
Jesus,
Never
man.
seen anything like it.
I'd like to apologise to you, Josh, because we were taking the piss whilst you were actually telling an endearing story about you working at a charity. So I
know, right?
apologise.
I tried to just push through that there because I was like, you fucking bastard.
Josh confirmed simp beta cuck over here.
Yeah, that's the one.
You were talking about rhyme,
I was.
but did you do the crime? That's the only rhyme joke I got.
Oh shit. So the dude who made rhyme, he got the idea for it after nearly drowning. So he was like underwater, yeah, for like, I think he ended up underwater for like over 2.5 minutes. So he genuinely thought he was gonna die.
Wow.
And his last thoughts, he was like, shit, what would my family be like if they lost me? And this game is like all about that. And he made a video game, and it's a good one.
It actually sounds fascinating. I'm quite
It's really good.
intrigued by it. Is it on PS4 as well?
Yeah, it'll probably be on PS Now, or whatever it's called. Because Hollow Knight's on there, which is really annoying, because I bought that a few months ago.
Hollow Knight's good.
I bought it this morning, but it's still downloading, so I haven't played it yet.
You little fuckers, whoever did that Twitter post, you made me want to play Hollow Knight. I played Hollow Knight for 4 hours yesterday, when I should have been playing Rhyme.
Hollow Knight's an indie game.
That's why I put the thing on the Twitter page. I was punking you.
It was just punking you, boy. So, since we've spoke about a really heart-wrenching and emotional game, I feel that we should keep that train going. I'll go
Josh.
next with the game I played. It's unbelievably emotional. It's a game, you may have heard of it, you may not. It's called I Am Bread.
Oh man, that's funny.
I know I've heard about this game. I have heard about it, yeah.
You must have. Like, this game is incredible.
So in the game I Am Bread, you play as a slice of bread. Your goal is to get to the toaster and turn yourself into toast.
Oh, so your goal is to burn yourself?
Yeah, it's a self-harm based game.
And you'd say it's not an emotional game. This bread is on a suicide mission.
You play as a suicidal slice of bread.
It's a prequel to Sausage Party, everybody.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's really fucking hard.
Oh, it's one of those. This happens in indie games quite a lot, though. A lot of indie games are like, not a lot of content, but they make it really hard.
It's
so you know
so
you're playing
hard. It controls like Octodad, If you've ever played Octodad.
Oh, no.
Well, okay, if we've got there. Octodad's my one, everybody. So it's made by the same company.
Oh,
The Toast game and the
there you
Octodad
go.
are made by the same people. And I will get to Octodad in a minute. It's the extension of the Toast game. It's
pretty much,
a bit
yeah.
different, but Toast, go.
Yeah, so
Father!
basically, your top buttons. So your
That's
L1,
IT crowd,
R1.
not toast, you bellend.
Ray, purchase!
Bloody purchase.
Ray bloody purchase.
Yeah, you've got a button assigned to basically each corner of the bread slice, and when you press that button, it like that corner will stick to whatever it's touching, and then you like 3D like move pivot,
Yeah.
like over that, and you can like climb up walls doing that and stuff. But it's just so fucking hard, man. And if
So
you
is that square solid, or is it like... Do you kind of have to flop there like a starfish kind of thing?
you flop a little bit, but it's not too floppy. You know what I mean? It's like fairly rigid.
Fairly rigid.
But the thing is, you've got like health. Your health is basically like edibility, and if it goes down from like 100, if it gets to 0, then you lose. So it's things like,
So it's you going off.
yeah, if you lose,
That's amazing.
if you're on the floor for too long,
You get a bit dirty, don't you?
and it's like certain parts of the floor as well. Like I was on the floor and my edibility was going down, and then I accidentally went over some muddy footprints on the floor, and I like immediately was just done.
You shouldn't have done that, should you?
There's stuff like ants crawling over food you need to avoid, water, really anything that would make bread shit to eat. I played one stage. I played the first level. It took me 40 minutes. I did it by like the skin of my teeth, and then deleted it from my console. Then deleted I Am Bread.
10 out of 10
from
would
my
not.
console.
10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Yeah. I mean, if you like, you know, feeling like shit and wanting to break everything in your living room, then go for it. But
Oh mate, I'm in love with Dark Souls, so I'm happy to be a cuck for bread game.
What's the most frustrating game you've ever played, guys? What's the most frustrating, soul-destroying game that's been so difficult that you've wanted to smash things?
I Am Bread.
What's that? What's the one on the Super Nintendo or the N64?
Oh, Super Ghouls and Ghosts,
No, the frog one.
Hate that game.
mate. I also hate that game. Jesus Christ.
What's the Battletoads, man? Battletoads is like unwinnable. You physically can't finish it. It's like glitched and you can't finish it.
That's so frustrating.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
The Hercules game on PS1, the tie-in game.
Oh, I think the Aladdin one was quite difficult as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
the
those
Aladdin
games
one.
from that era were just... They were basically clones of each other, like platform kind of things, like 2D, but they were just fucking difficult.
Platformers with different sprites.
The remakes of Crash Bandicoot have caused some pain as well.
I didn't find them too bad, actually, Crash Bandicoots.
I think it's because I was playing with inadequate people.
What's the one where you're in the sky? The
That
bridge.
could be legit anything.
No, the bridge with the turtles. You'll know what I mean.
Yeah. That's that when you keep slipping off.
Oh, that was... I got furious at that. Every time I was like 2 inches off. It's that last jump which you have to like place perfectly.
Any legendary run I've ever done in any Halo game.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
fair enough.
legendary in the Halo
enough,
3s. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the hardest difficulty, I can't remember what it's called. I've only done it in one Gears of War game. I did it in Gears of War 1. That was hell. I finished it. I had to do it co-op online, but we managed it, but it was hell.
Did you do the last mission as well?
Where
'Cause
for General Ram?
General Ram, yeah. Oh, Jesus
Yeah, that's
Christ.
a pain, man. Actually, no, because we kind of cheated it at the end because you can glitch him so that he can't move past a certain object. He gets stuck, and so we managed to get him to do that, and we just kept fucking him up.
Sneaky Scots, look at that.
Cheaty boy, always finding shortcuts. This boy.
It's not cheating; it's just playing smart.
Adam, tell us about Octodad.
Before I talk about my indie game, I want to just give a little shout out to actual brother of the podcast, Samuel Claydon, who is the guy who did
Legend.
our artwork. He's my brother. He's I would say he's here right now. He's not. He's in Cornwall. But he's a game developer, young game developer. Follow his stuff. He does indie games, basically. He's making the Game Boy game at the moment. Sam.Claydon at Instagram. at Instagram.
At Instagram.
What a legend.
He's a good boy. We'll have him on the pod sometime. He's a bit shy, but we'll get him
Some
on.
we
point,
should.
yeah, we'll get him on. We'll play one of his games. We'll promote
100%.
that.
So just give him a follow. He's a really talented little boy. So
Little boy.
Little boy.
Says the shortest guy on the podcast.
tiny boy, little boy.
Wanna make love to you. Ooh.
Gotta pay the troll toll to get inside the boy's soul.
Oh, I love how you said the soul.
Yeah, I'm a practiced boy. So my game this week was Octodad, which we've just already said. I played it like a month ago when I was in lockdown, and I basically finished everything that I owned, and I just needed something new.
Oh my god, been there.
Found the video of it on YouTube, and it is the funniest game, honestly. It is just so... You play as an octopus that is impersonating a human, okay? And this octopus, he gets married to a lady who doesn't realise he's an octopus. They have 2 kids.
Are they octopus-like too, or are they just like
No,
kids?
they are full-on humans. And she'll go,
Whoa.
"Hi." He'll come down. So the first thing you do is you come down, you got to make breakfast. Basically, the whole premise of the game is trying to do easy things, but as an octopus, every button controls a different limb. So you press one button, the limb goes out. You press a different one, it goes out. It's like the Toast game, but like an extension.
That sounds
of that.
like I Am Bread to me.
It's very like that. But you'll come down the first thing, and she'll go, "Hi, honey, can you put some milk in the kids' bowls?" And he goes, "Bleep, bloop, bloop, bloop."
Because he's an octopus.
And then she goes, "Oh, that's okay," like as if he's just spoken English.
What is it like? She's just straight Chewbacca in him. Yeah, exactly, buddy.
He's just talking English, and he just replies with gloop, 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 gloop. And she's
Just before we press on with that, have you seen the videos of when they were filming like Chewbacca and Han Solo, and the guy is just speaking in English, like Chewbacca has lines, and the guy in the costume, like says his lines, and like Harrison Ford like is replying to actual lines, and then in post they edited the sound in.
That's amazing.
Watch them, man, they're pretty cool.
That makes me so happy, and I don't know why. Going back to Octodad, how did he impregnate her if they're both...
You're asking me, from what I know...
Have you never watched hentai?
Sorry, my lawyer's next to me. He's just said that I have the right not to answer that question.
We've all seen the tentacles in your history.
There he is.
I feel sick.
Squid boy.
Is there not like a chef chasing you or something?
Yeah, so what you're getting chased by a chef. That's sort of the main enemy.
You're getting chased by a chef?
The whole time you're escaping a chef. You start off and you've done all your chores, and then your wife's like, "Oh, let's go to the aquarium." And you go into the aquarium, and he's like, to the bad guys in the aquarium are the marine biologists, and you've got to evade them, because if they see you, they know you're an octopus because they're a marine biologist.
Wait a second, that's not a man. That's an octopus.
But his wife's like full on like, "Oh, hi honey, let's go." It's just the funniest little thing.
He wears like a blue suit, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah.
You go around and you can collect like bow ties as you go through and like customize your octopus. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's one thing a lot of indie games miss, actually. I think a lot of indie games miss out on customization. So I like the fact that you can change his bow tie.
What do you guys think in terms of indie games? See, like walking simulator games?
Give me an example.
Like The Witness.
Yeah, like Firewatch. Or Everyone's Going to the Rapture, things like that.
Firewatch is less of a walking sim and more of a... It's actually quite Metroid-y. You get tools and you have to unlock new places by getting those tools.
It's that kind of thing. It's like there's no enemies. You can't die. You just walk and unravel the story.
Well, that's a bit like what Rhyme's like. It's climbing, jumping, running.
Yeah, suppose.
And when you are faced with an enemy, you've got nothing to kill it with.
I guess it's quite refreshing, really, because a lot of the games are just combat heavy.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice change, I think, actually.
I think it's nice, but only when the story is good enough to carry that.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Octodad has no story.
Yeah, I've played a couple where it's like, you're just like,
Rhyme has a phenomenal story, but it holds all its cards to its chest. So, and right up until the very last, I want to say like 2 minutes of the game, you pretty much have no idea what's going on, except that you're grieving about something.
I'm going to have to buy this game. It sounds so good.
It's more like literature.
Have you played Manuel Samuel?
No, I haven't.
No?
What is it?
What's this one?
It's essentially the precursor to like all your Octodads and stuff. It's like I think it was on the I think it came out for the 360.
Okay.
Or like that kind of era, so PS3, 360. Essentially, it's like it's 2D side scrolling, but the premise of it is you're this dude, and I can't remember the specifics. You make a deal with the Grim Reaper or something, and you need to try and get through the day, basically doing everything manually. So everything's button controlled, so left leg, right leg, but even your breathing's button controlled. So the A button is to breathe in and out, so you press you need to breathe,
Was
you
this
need to move.
on the computer? And you had to like cross over, you have to do like hurdles and stuff? Or
I think so. There was a bit with us. I tried to do it, and there was a bit because you can play 2-player as well, and so like one of you controls half the body, and the other person controls the other half.
Yeah.
But
sweet.
but there was a bit where you need to drive, and you're like fucking driving and breathing and doing it all like manually, and it's fucking irritating, man.
So sounds really frustrating, man.
That's horrific.
It's hard. It's so frustrating.
Oh, do you find when you have you guys ever played like Heavy Rain or Detroit or something like that?
Yeah. Sean,
Jason.
I thought Sean.
It is Sean's his other son. He does do that eventually.
That's it.
Sean.
Jason.
Jason. Some people mod the game where every like command to speak is Jason. It's so funny. But like, when you had to like wash dishes or some shit in Detroit, there's nothing that pisses me off more. Like, honestly,
the worst mission in a video game ever was the mission in GTA 5 where you're Trevor and you're doing a shift at the docks and you're just moving crates.
Oh,
I don't mind that though.
Mundanity, for the sake of mundanity.
What about Assassin's Creed 3 when you throw the tea into the harbour?
Oh yeah.
What about Red Dead 2 when you're chopping wood, milking the cow?
Yeah, but that's by choice. I didn't have to do that. I did it by choice. Whereas in GTA 5, I had to do that to progress the story, and it was just boring as shit.
Oh, mate, I know. Sometimes things like that. Sometimes things like that are good if they serve like an amazing purpose, but a lot of the time they just don't.
I have a surprise quiz for you that I didn't tell you I was making.
This Josh has done so much more work than us this week.
Yeah, and I did it all this
Speak
morning.
for yourself. I've been playing video games left, right, and centre.
I'm very tired. I didn't sleep well. I did all my research this morning, including a workout. I'm on the ball.
You hear that, ladies? He's young, dumb, and he's full of workouts.
What'd you do? I did back at 2:00 today.
I did back and buys.
I have a separate arms day because otherwise,
You have separate arms.
yeah, I've got two different arms.
It sounds like Octodads. You're just doing one up there and then one up there.
Autonomous from his own body.
Tuesday's left arm day, Monday's right arm day, and then the cycle starts again.
Yeah, so the quiz is called Indie or Indie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's so cool, man.
So the premise is, so I'm going to read you some quotes, right? I'm going to read you some quotes, and you have to tell me whether it's a line from a song by an indie band or whether it's a quote from an Indiana Jones film.
Love it. Do we get extra points if we can tell you the band as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, Adam's getting all the extra points because your boy's still living in the 70s when it comes to music.
JJ just listens to stained glass music.
I've not decided how many questions there is, but... Okay, you ready? Okay, number 1. Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
Indiana Jones.
I think it's Indiana Jones.
That would be correct.
Yay!
Question number 2.
Is that Crystal Skull? Because he says kid or not?
I don't know.
Anyway, okay.
Question number 2.
Don't get any points for naming the right Indiana Jones film.
No.
Are you going to interrupt me again, or can I say the question?
I think JJ should be deducted points.
What, that 1 point?
Adam, don't worry. I'm pretty sure you'll win.
Silence. Question number 2. X never ever marks the spot.
Indie band.
Indiana Jones.
It was actually Indiana Jones.
Yes!
Ah, man. Fuck you.
You're not doing well here, JJ. You're at 0 points because I deducted your point for.
Wait, what? No! He's already going to win. I don't know bands.
Question number 3. You better run faster than my bullet.
That's an indie band.
Indie.
Okay, but I'll give you an extra point if you can tell me what band it is.
Is it Foster the People?
Yes, correct.
Boom.
You got a point there, though, JJ.
They're quite mainstream, aren't they?
Still an indie band, I would.
Indie style.
If they ding-a-ling-a-ling, it's usually indie, so...
If they ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Just say ding-a-ling-a-ling.
That's the definition of indie.
It's a leap of faith. Choose wisely.
Indiana Jones.
You sure?
No, I'm going to go for indie band.
You go for indie band. I'll go for Indiana Jones.
It was indeed Indiana Jones.
Oh, it's bloody... It's, the cups, isn't it?
Damn cups.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. No. What's the one with the Holy Grail?
The Holy Grail, that's it.
No, but
that's
that one? What's that one called?
Da Vinci Code.
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade. That's it. It's from Last Crusade. Right, so Adam's ahead on...
Yeah, I think so. Something embarrassing.
Thanks.
Number 5. I'm actually I'm Googling these as I go. That's why I'm so jaded.
So all that research you did, Googling them right now.
Yeah. I came up with the name for the quiz. That was really my magnum opus. Okay. And I thought I was yours forever.
It sounds like an indie song.
Sounds like an indie song, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. It's the Arctic Monkeys, I think.
It may or may not be an Arctic Monkeys song.
If you're playing along, guys, at home, let us know how many you've got.
Yeah, let us know how many of these crudely flung together questions that you've got. You know how to fly, don't you?
Indiana Jones.
Indie song.
And actually, JJ's won this one. Because it's Indiana Jones.
Yay.
Okay, I'll do 2 more. I told you to be patient.
Indiana Jones.
Indie music. Indie song.
It's an indie song, the full quote debate. I told you to be patient. Told you to be something. Come on, skinny love. What happened here? Okay, I'm going to pick one at random.
Adam's winning this one, ladies and gentlemen.
That's throw me the idol, I'll throw you the whip.
Indiana Jones.
Are you no, wait, you sound a bit too sure there. Are you entirely sure?
Yeah.
I'm going to go indie.
What one? Indie what?
Yeah, whatever one you want. No,
That's not how this
indie
works.
music. Indie music.
Whoever said indie music, you're wrong. It was Indiana Jones, quite honestly.
Bloody hell.
Because Indiana Jones has a whip. It was a bluff from me.
Oh, you double bluffed me.
I did.
Remind me never to play poker with you.
I'm great at poker.
Let's have a poker night.
I don't think I've ever... I think I might have played it once enough.
Bro, you haven't played poker?
Bro, I haven't played poker.
Bro, you haven't Casino Royale.
Oh, should we do a James Bond film next week?
Oh, we could do a James Bond one next week, actually. Pick a Bond each.
Roger Moore.
Then Craig.
Should I do Sean Connery then, seeing as I'm Scottish?
Yeah, I think you should.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Ah, yes, of course.
As the guy who edits this, we've already done all the Sean Connery jokes, so we're going to have to find some new
We
ones for next
actually
week.
have.
I heard a rumour that you two are meeting soon.
Okay, so on Friday, me and JJ are going to be socially distancing meeting in a place that we're not going to tell you about because we don't want to be followed, but we're meeting up and it's going to be great.
All those 9 folk that are
Yeah,
going to follow.
all our followers who are from all over the place.
And we may have a secret surprise for y'all coming early next week as well, so...
If there's one thing I do well, it's coming early.
That's one thing I excel at.
Expel at.
Being the first to arrive.
I have arrived.
I'm sorry I arrived early. Affirmative. We are planning on doing an Agony Aunt episode, so email us, broyouhaven'tpod@gmail.com
With your questions and queries and your problems.
with your questions and queries.
Please, for the love of God, email us, because if you don't, I'm going to need to make like 10 fake email accounts and come up with problems.
And currently, all of the emails going into the Bro You Haven't email account are bills. So
Yeah, just bills.
just bills.
Bills, hate mail, a newsletter to Deviant Art.
And let's get it back on track.
And that joke was brought to you by 2014, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Shawty's like a melody in my
head and I can't keep on, got me singing like.
What were we talking about in this episode again?
Indie games!
Indie games.
I actually kind of want to do an episode on Hollow Knight, if you guys play it too, in the distant future.
I've finished it. I've completed it.
You completed it? I actually haven't. That's crazy.
Well, JJ, that's because I'm a much more seasoned gamer than you are.
No, I've done the main game. It's the DLCs I need to do.
I have not done the DLCs. I retract my comment.
But that is currently dominating the indie scene on the Nintendo Switch because they're making indie games on the Switch far too fucking expensive.
I think it's because...
Have you seen the price of Shovel Knight? Shovel Knight's nearly 50 quid.
A lot of them were on Steam before, weren't they? So a lot of them have been transferred
Steam,
over to...
PSN, Xbox.
Do you want to hear a conspiracy theory
Oh, okay.
that I read about? It's not really a conspiracy theory, it's like an unsolved mystery.
How does this relate to indie games? Or is this just...
It's Nintendo Switch based, and it's kind of indie.
Okay.
I don't know if you call this game an indie game. It's the Cooking Mama, the new one.
Oh, okay, we're going Cooking Mama. I don't know if it's an indie game, but I want to hear what you have to say.
It got released on Switch, the new one, and then like a day later just disappeared, and they never made any comment on it, and there was never a press release about it. It just disappeared from the store. I don't know if it's back up, but it just disappeared
weird.
from it like a day after it dropped.
It probably got released by accident or something. They just took it down. But maybe there's more. Maybe we'll hunt into that. And if anyone knows anything about this, email in and tell us. Because
if anyone has any juicy Cooking Mama tidbits, then
don't just comment on how juicy Cooking Mama actually is, because we know.
Cooking Mama thick.
But going back to what you were saying about the Switch and how expensive they are, it's strange because I always associate the handheld consoles with more indie games rather than the PS4 or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's not always been the case because Nintendo has always been the top of the board when it comes to handheld consoles. The thing is that they make Switch games. The physical discs are more expensive because they spend more money making them to reduce load times, because that's the benefit of a cartridge rather than a disc. But all these indie games are pretty much online exclusives.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm a bit confused. Like Rhyme, I got for £7 on PlayStation Market. Guess how much it is on the Switch?
How much?
Have a guess.
£40.
£30.
£30?
It's a 7-hour game at best.
It's the same game. It's the same game as on the Switch as it is on the PS4. Like,
do you know why they probably do that? You've got less choice on the Switch. Most games for the Switch are indie games, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Except for your Nintendo exclusives. You're right.
Well, all your Nintendo exclusives are like extortionate. They're like £60, you know what I mean? So like that's still the cheaper option.
I'm loving all the remasters coming to the Switch, though.
yeah, it's good.
I'm loving the remasters coming to the Switch. Dark Souls in your hands. Hell yeah. Crisis, they've just released.
Love it.
The Switch got me through. Last year I was working in China before the Rona came, and my Switch got me through a lot of that.
China, Mexico, China.
Beautiful. My Switch and podcast got me through those times because there's no internet. I just played Pokemon, played Mario on the Switch.
I know for a fact, Adam, that that's a lie, because you told me the thing that got you through it was the thought of eventually getting to meet me after it.
He had a spiritual feeling that he was going to meet a handsome Scotsman.
I was saying this to my mum yesterday, and like, there's so much has happened this year, and so much horrible stuff, and we're all very fortunate that no one close to us has been severely affected by this.
Yeah.
But if this didn't happen, we wouldn't have been brought together, and do you know what I mean? We wouldn't have done the job together. We wouldn't have... Good things come out of dark situations.
Stop, man. You'll make JJ cry, and in turn, that'll make me come.
He's wheezing.
Crygasm.
That's the one.
Cryogenic.
He knows it.
Cryogasmic.
Cryogas
There you
Meg.
go.
I love that so much. That's very funny.
No.
Oh dear.
I've decided without consulting either of you that we're doing a giveaway
Well, I ain't paying for it.
for promotion.
We'll do a promotion, of course.
Yeah, I'll do a promotion. I will pay for a copy of The Last of Us 2 to a lucky raffle winner.
Mate, I am entering this raffle.
To enter the raffle, we'll make a post, but you have to like the post that I make, follow us, and then tag 2 of your friends in the comment section that don't already follow our account
Cheeky
to be entered into the raffle. So whoever listens to this on Friday will have a little head start, and they can think about who they're going to tag in it.
100%. And at the end of the season, at the end of Series 1, we can give it away and to our lucky winner.
At the end of Season 1, when we decide when the end of Season 1 is, 4 years from now.
The Season 1 will finish when The Last of Us 3 comes out. There might be a few more surprises along the way as well. Maybe we'll get merch one day.
Maybe we'll do a nude calendar with all 3 of us holding video game discs over our balls.
Yep, I will talk to Brother Samuel and we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, man, get some sweet artwork for a t-shirt and posters.
Sweet merchy merch.
JJ, start hitting the gym again and we can make calendars. Bro, you haven't stared at JJ's gooch for the full of August.
Bro, you haven't seen JJ's sexy little girl butt.
I got a sexy little girl, but I'm sorry.
That was so random. There was no JJ sent a picture of his ass into the group chat with no context. With no context, man. What was that all about?
Well, it's because a few weeks ago, I was I don't know why, but I was saying about my girly butt, and then I was like, oh, I haven't sent them that photo of my girly butt.
No, I don't remember
Neither
at all.
of us remembered that conversation.
So the new calendar's coming soon. The merch is coming soon. The giveaway's coming soon. And the OnlyFans account is being set up as we speak.
Man, we have spoke a lot of shit this episode.
This is the Smash Talking app.
COVID's took over my mind, man. I'm not of solid thinking right now.
No, it's just brain mush. Mushy brain.
It is, man. My brain is like a tumble dryer today.
Why don't we summarise our games and rate them out of 10?
Okay, that sounds good.
Adam, you go first.
Octodad, for hilarity, would receive a very high number, but the game itself is utter shit, so 3.
Oh my god.
It's crap.
Jesus.
Can't talk smack on indie games, man. That's rule number 1.
You can go next, JJ.
Rhyme is a beautiful narrative game that makes you cry with no words. It's I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The -2 is because it is far too expensive on the Switch. I can't get over it.
I Am Bread is a game about being a slice of bread and trying to be toast. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Broken controller. 2 broken PS4s out of 10.
Sometimes I think you're a bit too harsh about games, Josh, but this one I think full well merits a 0 out of 10.
Yep, it's a 0 out of 10 from me. I don't want to play it again. If the developers have a problem with that, they know where to find me.
DM him.
They will find us at the Bro You Haven't Pod.
Follow the Bro You Haven't socials and then DM us.
We've actually, I was looking at where our pods listen to. We've actually got 10 listeners in America. So hello, guys.
Oh,
That's bizarre.
Howdy.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy. I'm sorry about how your country is going.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the guns, man.
Sorry about the orange man in your White House.
He's getting fake tan all over those pristine white walls.
Yeah, does he not get like a little tan on his collar? Because he wears a lot of white shirts under those blazers.
Donald J. Trump, do you ever get fake tan on your collars? Asking for a friend.
Donald J. Trump, does your boyfriend get annoyed when you get makeup on his white vest?
Ha.
Hello, Americans, you're lovely.
Thank you very much for listening.
You just see a SWAT team just charging in behind JJ.
Stop making fun of
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
FBI, get down! Ah!
And on that cheerful note, I think it's time to draw a line under today. I'll see y'all in hell. I'm already in hell. I'll see you next week, then.
Thank you very much, boys. Speak to you soon.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, audience. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Bro You Haven't podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bro You Haven't Pod for updates on future episodes and more. If you like this week's episode, you can catch our other episodes on Spotify, Acast, and YouTube. On behalf of myself, Adam, and Josh, have a lovely week. Goodbye.